You know this looks good. Absolutely not. I think that it's inappropriate. I think that it's inconsiderate, and I think that it's negligent. You know, hold on a second. I'm grown. What the hell is that about? So, right? I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this with me, and I'm going to do it. Your girl is almost 40 years old. I know I don't look it, okay? But I'm almost 40 years old, 39, and there's so many things that I've learned in my 39 years of age that I think we need to talk about, okay? Let's do that. Make sure you follow me on all socials. My name is Minna. Whatever I use, I'll also link down below for you in the description box. Follow me on LTK. That is free. It's an app where you can find all of my posts before they go onto the mainstream social platforms, and you can access stuff early, really, if you are an actual subscriber to my LTK page. Make sure you're a subscriber here too, because you could be watching and not actually subscribed. I would hate for that to happen, all right? First, because I think it's so fun and really it is very endearing to me. Comment and let me know, how old do you think I look? Don't do me either. A lot of times people would just do the math because my son is 9 years old, so they'd be like, okay, yeah, you must be whatever. No, don't do that. Don't do it, okay? I like the idea that I look young because it's a beautiful thing. And I also love being older because I've earned my stripes. I have earned my stripes. Before we get started, I want to make my chest do a little glow because yes, I've done my whole skincare, body care routine, but I'm not shining how I want to shine. You feel me? This is Beekman 1802 Honey and Orange Blossom Milkshake Moisture Mist for the body, okay? Wow, all these words. It's gonna smell good and give the body a glow, all right? Just check it out, and it should last, which I always love. I'm gonna use a Lancome Fresh Glow Tinted Serum. The shade is 56C. I love this. This is new to me, and I think it's a new product. I'm trying to figure out, do I twist it or what? I love this so much. It reminds me of the Urban Decay product because the tube looks just like it. All right, first things first, I don't have time for nonsense. I really don't. I don't have time for games. Life is shorter than we think it is. You might think, oh, I'm halfway through life or whatever. No, you don't know. I mean, God forbid, today could be your last day. And I recognize that so much so that I do not have time for poppycock. That's foolishness. I don't have time for it. It's so funny because you'll see stuff on TikTok and folks will be like, oh, I'm doing this for the plot. No. The plot is, I need my time. Yeah, my time is very valuable. I don't do anything for the plot. I do things that make sense to me. It needs to make sense. What's happening here? You know, it just, my time has become more and more valuable to me as I have, in what I say, earned my stripes. And that is in reference to people. That is in reference to things. That is in reference to where I go and what I do. It's just important. Like, excuse me, I don't have time to waste. And if you agree with that, comment and let me know. Time is valuable, and there are so many things that I consider a waste of time. We'll get into a lot of those in this list, but in general, no. I'm evaluating to see, is this a good use of my time or is it not? Honestly, it's important. And look at this shade match. You know this looks good. Skin. This is very lightweight. The coverage is fantastic and it makes my skin look so natural. I love. Number two that is also related to time is okay, you might not already know this. Maybe you do already know this. This is the Win Beauty concealer. The shade is Understand. Oh my God. I don't care. It's gonna sound terrible. I don't need a lot of people. I just don't. I'm an introvert. I might look like an extrovert. I'm not. I'm an introvert and I don't need a lot of people. What I do value is a core group of meaningful relationships, okay? So I don't need a lot of people. I barely even want a lot of people in my life, okay? Again, it has to be meaningful. I want quality instead of quantity. At this age, it really is giving, I don't want you. And that is a lot of yous, okay? It's not just one type of relationship. It's all the kinds of relationships that we are going to be able to experience in this lifetime. I don't need Okay, I don't need people. The only person I need in my life is the Holy Spirit. You feel what I'm saying? So when it comes to any kind of relationship, I'm at a point where I do not need anyone. Do I want certain people in my life or certain relationships in my life? Absolutely. I want some of them, but it never gave need. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't operate from a scarcity mindset where if I don't have this person or this kind of relationship in my life is not going to be good, or it's not going to be fruitful, it's not going to be exciting, or it's going to be miserable. I don't believe in that at all. I don't believe in that at all. Because like I said, I am an introvert. I do value my own time. Now, I want to explain that. I do value relationships. Don't we all? I mean, who wants to be alone? But my thing is, I mean, to be honest, I refuse to make my happiness dependent upon someone else. And if we're really going to get down into it, I am cautious about different relationships. We're really getting into it right now. I'm cautious because, again, I refuse and will never put my happiness in the hands of someone else. I know that people and relationships come and go, and that's all kinds of relationships. So my happiness, of course, starts with me. It comes from Jesus. It comes from contentment. It comes from knowing who I am, right? And when I know all of that, it never gave needing anybody. You feel what I'm saying? It's nice to have people in my life. I do enjoy that. I do have relationships that I absolutely enjoy. So I'm not saying that I don't want to be around anybody, but it never gave need, and I won't even allow it to give need. You feel me? To me, let's just keep it 100. There's no control in that. And as an oldest daughter, I like to have some control. That's just what it is. Am I okay with a little bit of spontaneity? A little. Okay, a little. I need to really be able to control at least some of the variables. You feel me? And one of those variables is it's not going to be giving need, maybe want. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe want. And then if that relationship is not working out for me, this again is for any kind of relationship, then I will exit. I will make my exit and I will do what is best for me. I think you understand what I mean. If you are an oldest daughter and or you are an introvert, I believe you understand what I mean. Comment below and let me know if you catch my drift. You feel me? Another thing that I really do value is letting people talk. Not only do I want people to speak so that I can understand more about them, because I do have a genuine interest in people, I also like to I like for folks to walk themselves into a ditch, okay? It's not that I'm over here cheering like, yay, you look stupid. No, it's just listen to understand people. You find out a lot about people when you let them speak. I'm not one who enjoys capitalizing on conversations. In fact, I find that irritating because we need to listen more than we speak. I'm an introvert. I'm very observant, okay? So you're gonna see that from me. I like to hear what folks have to say. That helps me to understand them a lot better. When you're in a room with a lot of people, being observant tells you a lot without even having to speak. And I don't like talking just because. I mean, granted, I'm on social, we have conversations, we're doing it right now, but for me to just be sitting here running my mouth, no, I think that's foolish. I think there's a lot of power and a lot of information to be gathered when listening to people. And what I'll say is, tell me more. You feel me? Tell me more so that I can learn more about what you're saying versus just jumping in and saying whatever you want to say and then piggybacking. I want to understand what you're trying to say, because what will happen is there can be misunderstanding. That has happened before. I think I know what the person meant, but in actuality, when I ask, wait a minute, actually explain more so that I can confirm that what I'm understanding is actually what you're saying. There have been times where they've been like, actually this, and I'm like, oh wow, I'm glad I asked because I thought something different. We need to listen to understand and ask clarifying questions to be sure that what we've gathered from what we just heard is actually true. Get our contour going. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Contour Balm, and the shade is Carved. What? You gotta say all of the information, okay, for the people to know. Number 4, therapy is important to the kid. Man, I don't even go back and calculate how much I've spent on therapy. It doesn't matter. It is so important. My therapist, I talk about her all the time. First of all, I'm grateful that I've had the same one for so long. She knows well, no, let me not say that. Let me clarify. She does not know everything about me because it's not every topic in my life that we discuss. So let's clarify. But with the certain topics that I'm trying to find, look, I didn't clean my brushes. I really should have. Do better than me. So if I were to clean them right now, it would hold me back from filming this video. So I'm trying to figure out, of the brushes that I use only one time, not a million times, what did I use it on so that I don't mix a blush brush into my contour. You feel what I'm saying? So she knows a lot about certain topics, and what's nice is that she just gets it because she's been with me for so long. And being in therapy has been such a game changer. I don't think it's appropriate, and I've mentioned this before, I'm gonna say it here, to make your friends your therapists. I think it's negligent. This is not on the list, but it really should be. We need to be asking people if they have space for our conversations. You know when a topic you about to bring up is not a casual one. And you should know at this age that certain conversations require a person to be not only able to listen, maybe they need to be seated. Maybe they don't need to be in the grocery store when you're just dumping on them this heavy topic. Maybe they shouldn't even be driving. Maybe they should be at home when you dump this heavy topic on them. So it's always important, I think, to be cognizant, to be considerate of other people, our friends, to say, say, first of all, oh, where you at? Oh, I'm at the airport. Okay, ask, because you're not gonna just let someone answer the phone and all of a sudden you dumping this heavy topic on them and they're in the TSA checkout line. You feel what I'm saying? That's just so inappropriate. Anyway, back to the therapist. What I'm saying is, because I think it's so inappropriate, this is my opinion, to make your friends your therapists, I enjoy having a therapist. That is important. Where is my nose contour brush? I think it's negligent to expect, ooh, what was this for? Ooh, wait, I gotta clean this. Look at it, it has eyeshadow on it. I'm so annoyed. This one I do have to clean. Oh, I'm so irritated. I think it's just negligent to force our friends into being our therapist. Therapy is important. It has been a huge benefit to my life because my therapist is unbiased and she just gets it and she knows what she's talking about. We tend to expect that our friends and our family are smart and wise and know what they're talking about. Maybe, but many times they don't. Have we not been there where you've told a friend or someone in your family something and then you made a decision that perhaps they didn't want you to make, and then now the relationship is awkward because maybe they said leave that man and you didn't, or whatever. You feel me? Come on. The therapist ain't gonna hold all that in. She don't even know you. You feel what I'm saying? She knows what you tell her, and that's it. So it's just inappropriate. It's just, to me, inappropriate in so many ways. Therapy has been such a blessing to me, and I think that it is not in our best interest to make our friends our therapists. This is not even on my list. This is not even on my list, but it really should be. We're gonna make this number 5. Do not make your friends your therapist, especially if they have not consented to this. Can we talk about the consent? Consent is so important. Again, hey, what are you doing? Oh, I'm home just watching TV. What's going on? Oh, okay, I want to talk to you about something. Do you have time? Can you get the person's consent before you begin talking about this topic, right? And not only do you have time, do you have space? Oh, girl, why? What's going on? Well, I want to talk about something, and it's a loaded topic, so I just want to make sure that you have space right now. Because it's just like when someone is like, what are you doing? What's it on TikTok where they're like, are you home? Or yeah, are you home? Or are you free? And then they're like, it depends. You feel what I'm saying? Because I might be free, I might not be free. You feel me? It depends on what you asking. Because are you home? Why? Are you outside my door? Because no, I'm not home. Because right now I'm not available for an in-person meeting. Or are you home might mean you just want to call me. I can do a phone conversation. Yeah, I'm home. Call me. You feel me? We need to ask for consent, because it's not always that somebody is interested or even available for whatever you want to do with them at that time. We need to ask for consent. So yes, it's really a 2-in-1, but it's separate too. Therapy is important. I've learned the value of it. It really is invaluable because I've grown so much, and it just helps to just talk to one person about these different things. She gets it. She remembers all the things. She's got her notes. She challenges me. She helps me to see things differently, to see things around the corner. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not bogging down my friends who have their own things to worry about. Now you might be saying, oh, well, that's what friends are for. They should be available. Absolutely not. I think that it's inappropriate. I think that it's inconsiderate, and I think that it's negligent, because someone might seem like they have it all together and that they are open to hearing all of the things in your life on occasion. For sure, why not? For sure, why not? But ooh, it's getting a little dark. Well, maybe you don't know. I know the feeling when I feel like it's just too much. When it just feels like, dang, there's always something. Can we talk about something else? Or you know what? Hold on a second. Can we talk about me? How about that? Can we talk about me? Because girl, every time you call, it's about you. And again, oldest daughter, always the pseudo therapist in their relationships. Listen, I know that God has blessed me with this gift. You feel what I'm saying? It's not like I ask folks, oh, come and tell me your whole life story. It just happens. So I know a blessing when I see one, but that doesn't negate the fact that sometimes it is a burden. It doesn't negate the fact that sometimes it's frustrating, because everybody has something going on, including me. So I'm taking my stuff to therapy. You should too. You feel me? I don't believe in bogging down relationships, friendships with all of this stuff. Sometimes it's just like, damn, let's get this to a third party so that when we chat, we can touch on a thing or two, but it's not going to be so heavy all the time. You feel me? Or how about you already brought it to therapy and we talking about what the therapist said, I'm just, hello, can we be considerate of other people? Love this setting powder from LYS Beauty. Always put it on the back of my hand and give it a good press, you feel me? And it's gonna melt right into the skin. second, like, wow. You know, if it looks a little harsh like that, don't be alarmed. Just keep on pressing, okay? Keep on pressing. I value my friendships so much. And I am the kind of person that I don't like to repeat heavy topics again and again. So for me, I'm like, I'm gonna go talk about it in therapy and we're gonna leave it right here. I might bring it up to you later on when the dust has settled, but right now I don't wanna discuss this. And that's how I am. And the good thing is my close friends understand that about me, that it's not that I'm being secretive in any way. It's just that that's not how I process. I do not function well that way. I'm not going to call you whenever something goes down. It's not gonna happen. When we talk, I might tell you something that happened months ago. Yeah, that might be what happens, because and I've said this in the video before, this is not even on the number, but this is also another thing. I need to process in silence. I need to process with as little voices in my ear as possible. One of those voices will be my therapist, but I cannot hold space for what other people want to do or what other people are thinking when I myself am trying to figure out whatever this issue is. I just cannot hold space for that. And the good things, I've told them, they get it, it's not personal. This is the way that I function. You feel what I'm saying? Well, that was a little bonus. Ew. Okay. So number 6 is a lot of people are not self-aware, and that is irritating. Can you rate out? Listen, oldest daughter, just get stuff done. Let's go. What's the nonsense? What's happening? Let's just get a move on. Highly conscientious. Type A. I really don't have a lot of time for nonsense. Okay, like we said at the beginning. Okay, but a lot of folks are not really self-aware. And CoverGirl True. Nope. Hold on. L'Oreal True Match Powder. This is C12, and that's irritating to me. Yeah. Didn't I say before that I enjoy listening to people, watching them, because you learn a lot about people when you do that? I've learned that a lot of people are not self-aware. I'll bring something up to some people, and based on their response, I'll be like, hold on a second. So you don't see where you played a role in this? And a grown adult might say no. And I'm like, you kidding? So you don't recognize nuance. You also don't leave space for accountability. How did you make it this far, right? Just because we've gotten older in age does not mean that we've learned what we need to learn. Just because we graduated college does not mean that we actually understand the material, okay? Just because we graduated high school does not mean that we understand the material. So just because we are an adult does not mean that we have hold on. This is the wrong brush, first of all. So this is not blending out the way that I normally like it to blend out. I'm so irritated. Let's wipe this. Ooh, not the sun coming back out. So it doesn't mean that, based on someone's age, their maturity matches that. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people are not self-aware, and I will say that I wouldn't even call it overly aware, but I'm very aware, and I'm very aware when someone is not aware. And it is exhausting. I read somewhere, okay, not only are hyper vigilant people, this is not what I read, but this is how I synthesized it. Not only are hyper vigilant people often tired, because you're taking in so much information around you, you're watching what's happening, and you're trying to protect yourself, right? That's part of being hyper vigilant. But when you're self-aware and observant the way that I am, it can also be exhausting, because as I'm listening and observing people, I'm realizing, oh, you are so damn clueless. Is this real? Are you real? Is this happening? And listen, there is space to also receive feedback if there is any, but I find that I often am just looking and listening like, hold on, are you serious right now? And I'll ask, like, wait, so do you see this? Or how do you feel about this? And I just recognize a lot of folks just are not self-aware. I can point out when I'm frustrated by someone or something, or offended by someone or something, right? We're not gonna do the passive aggression. We're gonna say, hey, listen, this happened and this really hurt me. Can we talk about this? Let's discuss this, because I do want us to have a healthy relationship. How can we move forward? Because I'm feeling this. Let's have a chat. Hey, when you have a second, can we talk? Oh, what is it about? I wanna just go over something with you that's been, maybe not even that, because then people might have a little anxiety. Oh, what is it? What is it? Hey, whenever you get a second, call me. Hey, what's going on? I wanted to just talk about something that I've been feeling for a while now, because I do value our relationship, and I want to have this conversation with you because I want to find a path forward. You feel what I'm saying? Self-aware. I'm starting to become bitter and resentful toward you, and I don't want that to happen. Let's have a conversation so that we can move forward in a positive direction, because I value our relationship. You feel what I'm saying? We're not going to be doing the passive aggressiveness, and then when I bring it up, like, hey, hold on a second, what was that about? I heard, you made this comment. Where was that? Oh, nothing. I didn't mean anything by it. I didn't want to laugh. I don't do truth in jest. I do truth with your chest. What do you want to say? Say it with your chest. Hello? We're not doing the foolishness. I don't do the passive aggression. I'm grown, okay? Ugh. I don't even think that should come with age, but it certainly has. I'm just too grown for foolishness, okay? And I'm trying to find my blush. I have a new one. Here it is. Ooh, It Cosmetics Sun Blush. This is the shade Sun Gaze. Love this. Family time matters a lot more to me than it used to. And I don't know about you, comment below and let me know, but this is the Morphe M202 brush. We did not grow up having a lot of family time. If we had it, it wasn't intentional, you feel me? It just happened. Or maybe it was intentional, I didn't realize. I don't know. All I know is now as an adult, I obviously have much more control over things. So I've been more intentional about making time for family, whether that is a family reunion or going home to surprise my family over the New Year, stuff like that. Just create memories that you can't buy. You cannot buy these memories, and it just means so much to me. And it didn't before. It didn't before because it wasn't a thing for us, but I also just didn't have the wherewithal to be in control of it, because you have to take the driver's seat and say, you know what, this is what I want. This is the kind of relationship that I want with my family. So I'm going to do this in order for us to have this. You feel me? So yeah, I mean, it had to come with time, but it's just so nice. I used to, growing up, I used to see people and they do their family reunions and they be having matching t-shirts, or they be going to the park, and they be having the barbecue and whatever, the cookout and whatever they be doing. And I used to think, oh my God, that is so cool. We never had that. It wasn't anything that was a formal event that took place every year. And these days, especially because I live far away from my family, I'm like, you know what? We need to be more intentional about that. So I've been working on that, and it just really is food for my soul. Again, I am an introvert. I am a loner. I enjoy my alone time. Of course, though, there are times where I'm like, I want to be around my family, and life is short. I can't say that I'm almost at my half point of life. Any day now could be my last day. You feel me? And once you recognize that, I began to value each day more than I did before. If you agree and you feel what I'm saying, comment below, let me know. This is Julia's Place. I almost said sun blush, I don't know why. Blushed Rouge, okay? Volume 6. I'm just taking this orange because I want to intensify this more. That It Cosmetics blush by itself, phenom. But of course, I want to amplify this. Can you tell? My lighting is acting up because of the outside. I don't know if I look ashy on the camera right now. Oh, I hope I don't, because hello, what is happening? Let's amplify this some more. You feel me? Bring it up here, because what? I love a good dramatic blush. And then we're gonna make sure we bring this contour back up into space. We have to get things on the calendar, okay? Like I said, I ain't got time for nonsense, and I'm very busy. Even when I'm not busy, I'm busy. You know what I'm saying? This Maybelline Express Brow, the shade is what? Black. Yeah, we gotta get stuff on the calendar. I live by a calendar. Like I said, I'm type A, and I love being type A. I feel at peace with organization and a schedule and my color coding. It makes me so happy, and we gotta get stuff on the calendar. Now, whenever I'm invited to something or I'm contemplating doing something on a certain day, I need to check my calendar. We're not gonna do a random verbal agreement about anything. I am grown enough to say, you know what, let me get back to you. And that is okay. I don't operate with any kind of undying responsibility to other people. I'm responsible to myself. You feel me? I'm saying? So I'm very comfortable and very experienced in being like, okay, let me check my calendar and get back to you. Thank you so much for the invite, girl. I'm gonna check my calendar and let you know. You feel me? And not only that, when we trying to do something, are we not at an age where we all gotta check our calendars? I mean, come on. Are we just free flowing with stuff? I cannot. I gotta look, because I'll say something and then check the calendar and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot I wasn't even gonna be here on that day. Or I wasn't even gonna be here on that time. You feel me? Or I forgot I had a meeting at that time. Of course I forgot. There's a lot going on every single day. Let's check the calendar. And if we wanna get together at this age, don't we all again need to just check our calendar? Because girl, you know how you have a friend you haven't seen in a long time, even talk on the phone, girl. Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in so long, we gotta catch up. Let's get it on the calendar. Because trying to play it by ear on some random day for me to call you or you to call me, and we're both gonna be available when we have children and lives, girl, it's just not gonna work. You feel me? And it's a funny thing, and it's such a real thing. And if you know what I'm talking about, comment below and let me know, because it just be like that. There's so much going on, girl. The random calls, sometimes that works for me, and every now and again I'll do it with a friend. But girl, I like to do a little voice note, because you can really get the point across and really also get the feeling across too, because text is so dry. This is not on my list. It really should be. Text is so dry. I can't stand texting. Oh, I can't stand it. I like to send a voice note, which is funny though, because years ago when I used to get voice notes, I'd be like, are you serious? Can't you just text me? So it's definitely an acquired taste. And I do understand that. It's an acquired taste, but let me tell you how much I love it because it's easy and you can get your point across. You can show your emotion through whatever you're saying. And you ain't got to read 17 paragraphs. And if there's not enough time to get on the phone and speak with someone, a good voice note will get you through. What? A good voice note will get you through. And you know them voice notes on iMessage be also giving you the text. So don't act like someone sending you a voice note is a crime against humanity. You can read it if you want to. If you don't want to listen to it, you can read it. Don't do that to me. And along those same lines, if they matter, reach out. That also has been something I've learned over the years because, okay, let's just call it what it is. Normally, I'm the therapist. I am the one reaching out, checking on people, holding space for people, and I was starting to become bitter. I talked about this on TikTok a while ago. I worked on that. No longer bitter. I've voiced my issues, and I've also made it a point to continue to reach out because if the relationship means something to me, then I gotta reach out because there are a lot of things happening in life and a lot of things happening with people that you may not realize, again, because there's so many moving parts. We're older now, we have a lot more on our plates, and there's a lot about me that my friends don't know and vice versa. So the touch points are really helpful, and keeping my heart pure to make sure that I don't have any resentment building, and then voicing that as well, right? To say, hey, listen, I want to hear from you too, because when I don't hear from you, I feel like you don't think about me, and I'm thinking about you, so I want to hear that. I want to see that. I want to feel that as well. So speaking that rather than letting the resentment build up has been really important to me, and I know that it's been helpful for my friends if, let's say, I'm the one that normally does the reaching out, or not normally, because normally it makes this general statement. Let's say often, more often does the, no, is that good grammar? More often does the, no, hold on. You know what I'm talking about. You get me. Who's usually doing the reaching out, you feel what I'm saying? And that has been helpful, and I really enjoyed that because I want to feel like I'm being thought about as well. It doesn't help when you say, I think about you all the time, I just forget to call. That means nothing to me. To me, it might mean a lot to you, it means nothing to me. For me and my personality, you need to actually contact me. You need to actually reach out to me so that I know, okay, you feel me? And that leads right into number 10, is to treat loved ones how you want to be treated. I told a friend this the other day, every single thing that I do for my friends, every way in my family, every way that I behave, how I show up, speak to, treat these people in my life, anybody, is precisely the blueprint on how I want to be treated. You don't need to guess what I need. You don't need to guess what I want. You don't need to guess how to be a good friend. You don't need to guess how to be a good sibling or a parent. You just need to look at what I do for you, how I speak to you, how I check on you, how I do anything for you. I do all of it the same way I would like it done to me. It's literally just the blueprint. You feel me? I'm not going to be ignoring you and then expecting you to be reaching out to me. I'm going to be reaching out. I'm not going to be wanting to know how you really feel on the inside, going past the, how are you? It's been a long time. I've been good. I'm going to go deep and say, well, what does good mean? Tell me some more, Tell me what you've been doing lately for yourself. I love that. And my friends would be like, ooh, that's a good question. Because I want to know. Girl, what are you doing for you lately? Okay. Don't just tell me about all these kids and stuff. We love the kids. Okay. We love them. They are our blessings on earth. But what have you been doing for yourself? You feel what I'm saying? I'm the one that's going to send you a spa gift card. I'm the one that's going to just send you something random, all those things. It's not just about doing stuff either. It's also about the emotional availability. It's also about just the showing up. You feel me? I love a good show up spirit. I love a good, hold on a second. When we spoke last, you didn't sound the way I wanted you to sound. So I'm gonna just show up. You feel me? That's the vibe that I give. That's the time that I'm on. And it just blesses my soul to be able to do something like that. That is what I expect in return. It's not I did this for you, so now you must do this for me. It's more so the way I'm showing up for you as a friend is precisely how I'd like to receive or experience your friendship back to me, because this is what is important for me. What I do is what is important for me. And this is not just friends, it's friends and family. What I do is because it's important to me. Is that you know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Okay? So the reciprocity just feels so good, right? It's just that simple. It's just that simple. People will often say, man, where do you get someone that seemingly has everything? Not everyone has everything, okay? It might look like someone has everything, but there are a lot of intangibles that if you really pay attention, people don't have. And if you pay attention, you recognize that, hold on, this would really mean a lot to this this person. It's about paying attention. Getting someone a pair of sneakers or a pair of shoes is easy, but when you pay attention to them, you really can find things that'll mean something to that person. We just need to pay attention to people more often. This was not on my list, but it really should be. So now it is. Number 11, we gotta pay attention to people. Let's stop acting like stuff is complicated. Let's stop acting like everything is gonna be a guessing game. Pay attention to how someone behaves, what they're saying, what they're expressing, and you'll learn a lot about what people are saying. Not everyone is going to be as black and white about what is important to them. I get it. You might be thinking, oh, well, if you're grown, you gotta say it. We do say it. I do say it, okay? But then I also hear the, oh, but you have everything. I don't know what to get for you. Please, it's giving laziness now. Now it sounds lazy. Now it sounds like you're not paying attention. And I want people to pay attention. You feel what I'm saying? So let's not do that. Let's just pay attention to our loved ones and pick up on things that we know they love and like. It makes life a lot easier. We don't have to do the guessing game, okay? I'm trying to look for my eyeshadow brush. This is the Amicole, the Color Blend brush. And to put in my crease, I'm gonna use this Juvia's Place, Culture palette, okay? Look at, big old palette, lots of good colors. Plan on getting to them at some point in my life. But right now, these days, I'm loving Wazobia, this reddish. Actually, it ain't even a reddish orange, honey. It's more of an orange. You feel me? Yeah. Right up here in the crease, honey. Now, number 12, apology does not mean reconciliation, okay? Can we talk about it? I can't stand when you have folks who feel entitled to reconciliation with you. You are living in a warped time zone. No one is entitled to be in your life. No one is entitled to be in my life. It is my prerogative if I want to answer your phone call, allow you to come visit me in my home, allow you inside my home, allow you inside my heart, allow you to know my name. Okay, it is my prerogative. And we should all feel that level of control over our lives, or level of agency over our lives and ourselves and our hearts and our minds, to know that it is not a requirement. It is not by force. It really, really isn't. It never gave by force. The idea that if something goes wrong in a friendship, if it breaks down, that now if you try to reconcile or the other person wants to reconcile, that you should allow them back in is a fallacy. Absolutely not. It never gave by force. It gave, does this work for me? It gave, do I feel comfortable here? Do I feel seen? Do I feel loved here? And if I don't, it's giving, I can be polite with you, but that does not mean that we're going to reconcile. It's not by force. You know, when you're younger, you gotta be around certain people for whatever reason. It could be your coworkers, it could be family, you live in the same house, whatever. Listen, as I've gotten older, you know how much I enjoy, not even weaponizing, just taking advantage of my own agency to say, no, I don't care if we're family. I don't care if we grew up together. I don't care if we were roommates in college. I don't care. Does this relationship serve me? Do I feel happy with you? Do I feel safe with you? Can I be myself? Do I feel judged? Whatever. Do I want to do this? Is being in a relationship in any way with you exhausting? Is being in a relationship with you in any way edifying? Is being in a relationship with you in any way fun? Is it not? Does it feel like a chore? Because if it does, then I'm not doing it, and it's okay. I don't give a damn if we've known each other for 75 years. I don't care. Okay, I have agency over the people that I keep in my life and the ones that I don't. And we can be cool and cordial and cute, and that is okay. Arm's length is quite all right. At 39, it never gave by force. I really, 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 really would love for a lot of people to have more agency over themselves. It is not by force. Listen, you can be a pushover if you want to, but I will never be. Wow. And I've never been. Oh, Lord, I'm so allergic to that. Hell no. What? Oh my God, no, wow, I'm even offended. Don't even ever think that I am a pushover. It will never be. It could never be, okay? Number 13 that I've learned is that people are going through stuff and things are not personal. I've had my days and my times. This is L'Oreal Lumi Leglow highlighter stick. The shade is Glowy Sparkling Rose. I've had my times where maybe I haven't heard from a friend, or I never got a thank you when I sent something to someone, whatever, and I took it personally because I know how I am and I know how I would respond, and I know how like I said, what I do is what I expect because I treat others how I want to be treated, right? That's how we should be. And I remember feeling on different occasions And it's like, yo, what in the world? Like, that is so offensive. And I had to, as the years went on, I had to come to the realization that, yo, people are going through stuff. And they're not only going through stuff, sometimes people selfishly are not thinking about you. And that is a hard pill to swallow, because I consider people. I consider others' feelings. It doesn't mean that I'm a people pleaser. That is not me. It is never going to be me. However, I do consider and I will reflect on things. I am introspective. So when I reflect and consider, even if I just forgot to do something, it'll come to mind. And I will be the one to reach out to be like, oh my goodness, you know, when I left your house last weekend, I forgot. This will never happen though, because I self-aware, right? But let's just give it as an example. Oh my gosh, when I left your house last weekend, I forgot to say thank you so much for hosting me and for being so attentive and so kind. I really had a great time. Thank you so much for doing that, right? I'm the kind of person that when I reflect back on things, life experiences, I will circle back and do that, right? With that, like I said, I have come to recognize that people are going through things. So as annoying as it is, because I do value appreciating people. Look, I'm even shaking because it annoys me so badly. I value appreciating people because I don't like to be unappreciated, okay? Yes. Oh, I'm getting a little annoyed. So I have had to come to the realization that not everything is about you. Okay. And so what eyeshadow look am I doing? I'm so annoyed. I'm just moving. Hold on. I want to try some new eyeshadow sticks. Hold on. Okay. Let me just place my crease. Let's just do this crease. This is Huda Beauty Chocolate Brown Obsession. This is old. I don't know if this is still around. I'll link what I can down below. Okay. Look in the description box. Hi. So, you know, people are going through things. So if I send someone a message and they're not the kind of person to respond same day, but they're the kind of person to respond 2 weeks, 2 months later, as irritating as that is to me, heavy emphasis on irritating, okay? Because I'm not that person. I'm not saying I'm gonna respond right away, but I'm gonna respond, okay? Not in 2 weeks. So as irritating as that is to me, I've had to come to the realization that, you know what? Some people are just overwhelmed, and getting back to people in a timely fashion, I understand it's subjective, it's just not their thing, right? The people who be like, oh my God, I sent the message, but I never pressed send, or whatever the hell be going on. I've had to just realize that, listen, some people are overwhelmed. Some people are hanging on by a thread. Some people are just trying to make it through, and it's not about me. So when I recognized that, it really was helpful to me to not take things so personally. Does that mean that I enjoy that still? No, I absolutely loathe that, but it has helped so that I'm not so irritated, so bitter, so offended by a friend taking 2 months to respond back to me. What the hell is that about? Right? Well, it's still like, damn. And I will say something, right? Because like I said earlier, we're not doing the passive aggression. So I will say, well, dang girl, you know, I messaged you a while ago. What is this? What is this? And my friends who know me understand that, girl, you know, because when I message her, she gonna get back to me same day, maybe next day, but definitely in a timely fashion. And you know, they get it. Okay. Now, number 14 is to focus and be on your grind. Okay. And that is what I am on. Focused on my grind. Again, back to the no time for nonsense, no time for wasting time, right? Time is of the essence. And it's not that I'm on my grind where no sleep, you know, working, no sleep. No, time for leisure is very important as well. I'm looking for my stuff, but I'm on my grind. I'm not, like I said, doing things for the plot. I'm not just here letting the days go by. I'm on my grind when it comes to work. I'm on my grind when it comes, or how they say, I'm on my Zoom when it comes to my body, toning, losing body fat. I'm on my grind when it comes to experiencing different things in life, trying out new things, checking off items on my bucket list, checking off things that have been fears for me, conquering fears. I have a list of things that I want to do that I'm excited about because, again, life is worth living and life is short. So why not conquer things that have been holding me back? I talked about this in a Walmart try-on haul video. If you haven't already seen that, make sure you check it out. It should be on my page now. Yeah, it should be there. Where for years, I mean a lot of years, I don't remember anymore, but for a lot of years, I didn't wear shorts, all because I didn't like my legs. I wasn't happy with my weight. I didn't feel pretty. And then after a while, even though I was still not at the way I wanted to be many, many years ago, I said, you know what? I'm gonna wear these damn shorts. I'm tired of being held back. I'm tired of not living my life to the fullest. And that started really a wave of me just living my life. And I'm so glad that I did that, because hello, those little things are just very, very important. Okay. So with that, in general, I'm just on my grind. I'm focusing now, almost 40 years old, which is a crazy thing to me. I want to live and I want to be happy and I want to enjoy my life and I want to have energy and I want to be healthy. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm on my grind in so many ways to doing that, because life is to be lived and it's to be lived well. It's not just to be pushing through like you in a damn wheelbarrow. Okay. No, I want to actually live it and have fun while I do it. Okay, my crease color is up more than I normally like for it to be, but all this chit chat got me out of pocket a little bit. It's okay. It's fine. I don't normally bring my crease. So essentially, I normally see more of my brow bone highlight. That's what I'm talking about. Is very up. It's very up. It's gonna work. It's okay. It's just not what I was intending to do. All right. So on the eyelid, let's do this. Oh, I almost wanted to say Huda. Why did I want to say Huda? Oh, this is very light. Huh. Okay, these are the new Urban Decay Naked Eyeshadow Sticks. This is the shade Top Off. I think it looks too light though. Hold on. This is Peach Bum. Hold on. Ooh, but it's frosty. I'm gonna do Peach Bum on the inside of my eye. I wanted an eyelid color. Hold on. One thing I'm gonna do is sing something, okay? Sing song, ding dong, ding dong. Give me an eyeshadow color. Okay, this wasn't what I was trying to do. It wasn't the direction I wanted to go in, but let's just do it, okay? This is the Urban Decay Naked Eyeshadow Stick. The shade is Private Album. Hi. I wanted to do something matte on the eyelid and then a frost in the center, but here we are. Let's do this. Yeah, that'll be cute. Number 15 is crazy because didn't I say 39 for 39? Girl, we got a lot more to get through, okay? But these are all good tips. These are all good tips. If you're loving it, comment below, let me know. Okay, you know I'm also entertaining and funny and attractive. I mean, hi. Hello? Yes. Invest your money, girl. Invest your money. Don't I wish I would have been more serious about my investments when I was younger? My first job was at Stop and Shop, girl. I wish I was investing at that time. Girl, I did a whole no call, no show on them people. I was so tired of pushing them shopping carts over there in the rain. Okay, at the workhouse. No, I was a bagger and a shopping cart. What? A shopping cart collector, whatever they called me. I was a bagger, but they had me. Anyway, I digress. Girl, invest your money. I've learned that I wish I had taken that more seriously because now at 40, I would have been having mad money. You feel me? I mean, I was investing when I was having my adult jobs, but then I was also taking it out. Isn't that crazy? I'm annoyed. Invest your money if you're younger. Don't be like me. Be better. And number 16 with investing is invest your energy where your energy is reciprocated. This is back to relationships, and it's not just platonic. It is not just romantic. In general, I'm learning to invest my energy where it's reciprocated. So calling those who call me, not that I'm holding tabs, not that I'm, again, it's not that specifically, but it's more, I want to be where I'm wanted. I want to love where I'm loved. I want to go where people are also going. Hey, that didn't go well. I want a reciprocal nature in all relationships, not just romantic, not just platonic. It needs to be reciprocal. We're not doing the one-way streets. Lately, I have really been evaluating the one-way street relationships. What book was I reading? And they asked to write down, I was asked to write down attention. What was it? It was something like things or people that take. This is my summary of it. I forget how it was written, but essentially things or people that take from me and things or people that give to me, right? Mind you, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't even want a lot of friends. I've got acquaintances, associates perhaps, but friends, okay, that's a closer relationship. I don't have many of those. And that's by design. That's by choice, excuse me. So anyway, when I looked at that list, I was like, oh, hold on a second. The takers, I don't like that. So limiting conversations, limiting access had to come into play. I'm investing my energy where it makes sense. Again, not everything is by force. And as I've gotten older, I have recognized that. And there's power in that. Number 17 is that understanding does not mean agreement. Hello? I can understand why someone decided to do something. Doesn't mean I agree with you, right? I can understand why, let's say, when you see them kids put all that Vaseline all over their bodies and then you come into the bathroom and you're like, excuse me, what is this? You can understand why they did that. Perhaps they were bored. Perhaps they were curious. Perhaps they just felt like being a mischief. You feel what I'm saying? I can understand that. It doesn't mean that I agree with you. What you did was horrible. You feel me? So yeah, just because I understand something does not mean that I agree with it. It simply means that I understand. you can understand why someone made a certain decision, not just children, adults too. I understand why people make some decisions, all right? I don't understand them all, but I understand that, but it doesn't mean that I agree with the reason why someone made such a decision. Again, we've got to be able to think outside the box and not be so one-track minded. Number 18, wear the clothes, okay? We are wearing the clothing. I'm so sick. And I have to break myself out of this every day because it is something to be broken out of. I was telling a friend about a fragrance. It's Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue that I had since I was young. I mean, I was a teenager when I first got this, and it was so expensive. I hadn't had a lot of things that were expensive, and I cherished it, right? That is a trauma response. That is a poverty mindset. And I remember moving to Houston 15 years ago. I brought it with me. So now I've had that same bottle of Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue for over 20 years. And I value it for that reason because it reminds me of where I came from. It reminds me, it's just a sentimental thing to it. But in general, I've made it a point to wear the clothing, not wait for a certain special occasion. We're going to just wear this stuff now. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't matter where I'm going. In fact, I enjoy the comments of, where are you headed to here? Where are you headed to? You feel what I'm saying? I'm not waiting on a special occasion to live my life and to enjoy it and to look good while I do it. Let's do that now. And number 19, in this day and age, I walk and behave out in public like I am on camera. That is something we have to get into. That is whether you like it or not, you are likely on camera even when you don't think that you are. So I keep that in mind at all times, right? I walk with my shoulders back, chin up, and I'm really mindful. If you catch me slipping, I don't know, I might have been in a daze, but I just keep that in mind so that I'm not surprised by perhaps a message saying, oh, I saw you at so-and-so and I was too nervous to say hello, or hell, you're being recorded at the gas station and you online, because for better or worse, there be some stuff, and I do agree where somebody be like, yo, that person has no idea you're recording them doing that, and that's just unfair. Though I understand that is the life that we live in now, so I just make it a point to always look like something because one, I like it, and two, you never know when you're on candid camera, hello. And then just the way you're behaving in public. I mean, hello, what are we doing, right? I mean, we're not trying to shape shift and then only behave one way in public and in person and then in private another way, but it's just helpful to be mindful that you're probably on camera, okay? You're probably being watched. Let's not forget that. And number 20, in conversations with people, I'm gonna ask questions to make you reflect. Not always do I give my opinion, because if I haven't been asked for it, the person doesn't want it, okay? That's actually, girl, that really is number 21. I just added that to the list, okay? But let's go back to number 20. I'm going to ask questions to make people think and reflect, right? Because when in conversation, it's helpful, I think, while debriefing on anything, to ask questions like, okay, so when that happened, then what did you do? Or, okay, so what did she say? I'll find sometimes in conversation, someone will say, well, I didn't ask. What do you mean you didn't ask? So when this happened and someone said this to you, you didn't ask them what they meant by that? You didn't ask them for further questions to clarify? You just sitting there taking in the information? What is this? So I will ask people this, especially if they have, let's say, a grievance with somebody. This is the Huda Beauty Creamy Coal. I'll ask the question to say, okay, well, did you tell her? Did you tell this person that hurt your feelings? We have to really have these conversations, because then it'll make the person you're talking to think and say, well, no, I didn't, but they should know. No, they shouldn't know. You should let them know that this is how you feel. You feel what I'm saying? And then 21 is, I'm also just over giving unsolicited advice. Nobody cares. If the person wanted my advice, they would have asked. Now, there are some times where not giving the advice, not giving the opinion is hard to do. I recognize that. But I've gotten so good at this that not giving my opinion and listening to something that I think is absolute garbage, I'm okay with. It's not burning a hole in my spirit to hold on to this opinion that I have. It no longer burns a hole in me. Listen, for me, if it doesn't matter to you, it barely matters to me. I'm just not giving my energy to something that does not matter to you. So if you see no issue with it, then I see no issue with it. I mean, that's just really being facetious. I do see an issue with it, but what I'm saying is, I'm just not gonna worry about trying to tell you, because if you wanted to know, you would have asked me. But really and truly, not giving unsolicited advice has really helped me keep my heart rate down and keep my nervous system at bay. And then also asking questions to clarify, and also asking questions to make the speaker think is helpful. Because really, if you're really savvy, the questions you ask of someone, it can communicate your opinion without you outwardly communicating your opinion. Do you feel me? We got to be strategic and we got to be smart about it. You feel what I'm saying? You got to have a little swag to it. You can ask a question to make someone think without actually telling them what you want them to do. I've learned that my therapist does that. She she's so smart. Do you think that this person is thinking this? And I caught on to it. She's never said to me, yeah, I do that to get my suggestion across, but I've noticed it. And I'm like, that's good. You know what you're doing. Now with number 22, before I do give feedback, let's say that there's a topic happening, there's a conversation, there's something going on that I'm like, wait a minute, no, I need to say something here. And that person has not invited me into the conversation in that way. I will say, are you open to feedback? Now, feedback is not the same as advice. So I would also ask, are you open to advice? Are you open to suggestions? Are you open is the starter of the question. Because if a self-aware person says, no, I'm not, I'm okay with that. Even if the person is unaware. Okay, this is the LY, what? Yeah. Oh my God, not LYS, YSL, hello. YSL Lash Clash Mascara. If they say, no, I actually don't want to hear it, then that's okay. Now I will say to you, no one has ever said that to me. If they did, that would be okay with me. That would be okay with me, but that has not happened. When I've said, are you open to feedback? Or do you want me to respond? Do you want me to give my opinion on this topic? They normally say yes, okay? This is the Naked eyeshadow stick, and the shade is Top Off. We talked about this earlier. This light white kind of a color. Yeah, right there. Just to add a little bit of pizzazz. And it's a different color because on the eyeshadow, or on the eyelid, excuse me, we have a champagne pink. And this is a silvery champagne. Ooh, we need to blend this in. But I like to ask, okay? Because if they don't want to hear it, girl, save your breath. And now number 23, if you've been watching my vlogs, then you know that I was taking Twi classes. So I'm from Ghana, West Africa, and my family speaks Twi, okay? And though I grew up listening to it, I understand it really well, I wasn't speaking it very well, and I wasn't as comfortable as I would like to be. Even now, I mean, I need more practice. You feel what I'm saying? The more I speak it, the better I get. So with my mom, we do speak Twi, but other than that, I don't. So just having that one-on-one practice was really, really helpful. I'll link down below in the description box the company that I used. I was doing one-on-one lessons. I didn't want to do it with other people. I wanted one-on-one. Wait, what's going on with this? Let's blend this in. I wanted one-on-one, and I did it for, what was it? Was it 12 weeks? Or 8-12? I think it was 12 weeks. Yeah, it was wow. It was very helpful. I loved it. It was really good. So as I've gotten older, right, it's more than being forced to take 4 years of language in high school. It's, this is my language. This is my culture. I want to be more well-versed in it. And I'm going to take whatever strides I have to in order to do that. Okay, I don't like how this is blending on my inner corner. I would keep these more for eyelid, not inner corner. I'm getting some gaps. It's just not working in the inner eye. Ooh, it's not working how I want it to work. Ooh, it's just not blending. Perhaps it's because of all the creases. I mean, I do have creases in my inner eye. Hello. Okay, back to the mascara, the YSL, right? Now you're dropping stuff. Okay, 24 is a little similar to what we discussed already, but pay attention to environments where you can be you. That is so important to me. In this day and age, I want to be myself. I don't want to have to be someone different just to be around somebody. That's not gonna happen. Life is to be lived, and I wanna live it very comfortably. If I notice criticism and judgment and I cannot be me without having to deal with that, it's just not gonna happen. I'm going to exit stage left expeditiously. Back to, it never gave need, it's more so want. I have to want to be here in this relationship, be it romantic or platonic. It needs to benefit me as much as it benefits you. I want all of us to be happy and to be free and to be our authentic selves. And if I cannot do that, I'm going to make a decision for myself to exit, because I'm not going to shapeshift just to be in any kind of relationship with anybody. Girl, anybody, okay? This mascara is so good. I haven't used it in a while and I'm getting reminded this is good. 25, smile. Just smile. There's so much to be happy about. I remember being a teenager, going through so much and feeling so misunderstood. No one gave me a space to talk about what was on my heart. So I was very angry, and it showed on my face all of the time. Now that I'm older, my nervous system is regulated. I know how to get back to center when necessary. I know Jesus. I know myself and what I need and what I don't want and what I will not tolerate. The list goes on and on. I have so many reasons to smile, and I just sift through the list every day. I sift through the list every day. I'm not putting on a fake smile. I'm not doing all that. I'm not saying to cosplay and all that stuff. I'm not saying to make yourself your at-home theater. I'm not saying that. Really genuine reasons to smile. I find so many of them, and it makes me so happy to just be happy. You feel me? And that goes back to what I was saying before, where I'm not going to put myself in, stay in places where I cannot be myself and I cannot smile. I cannot be happy. It is never worth it. It never ever was worth it, and it never ever will be worth it. Now, number 26 is to be vulnerable. I grew up very closed in, and I still am, because I'm cautious. I'm cautious, I'm observant, and I do have a good level of discernment. With that, I've learned that when I recognize that this person is a safe person, I've practiced being vulnerable, and there's so much peace in that. Because I want, like I said, to have quality relationships, not anything, it's not about the quantity. So with those relationships that I know I can be myself and I can breathe and I can be vulnerable, I love that. And it really can be in a deep relationship with someone, or it can be with someone that is an acquaintance. I know when I feel safe, and being vulnerable, even if it's just a little tidbit at an event, a little conversation in the DM, whenever I've done that, I have felt so much peace, because then there's something that person will share. Again, the discernment of just knowing that this is a person that I can go here with. It has been so helpful to me. And I love that, because being an older sister and an eldest daughter, there's just way too much to shoulder. There's been way too many things that I've had to deal with on my own in the past and still do now. So being able to find someone on my same wavelength with whom I can be vulnerable has just been so nice. And I'm thinking of those people right now, and it makes me so happy. And that's something that I love that I've come to. I love that I've come to this place, because it's a freeing thing. It really is. I'm trying to get the old glue off my lashes, girl. These lashes need to go. If I put these on and they start looking crazy when I look down, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to wear them. Let me not get them confused. I got to keep them side to side so I know which one's left and right, okay? I'm going to do them. I'm going to wear them today, and then we're going to get rid of them, okay? And number 27, back to what I was saying about taking care of my body and doing all the things. Listen, food is fuel. It is not a requirement. Hello? Do I like to enjoy my food? Absolutely. One thing I'm going to do is season my food. The hell? I season my eggs too. What are we saying? I season my eggs well. I don't just do salt and pepper. What is that? I don't even know what that means. I don't even have that. I have seasoning. I have Knorr, Maggie. I have all that, okay? So food is delicious, and I love my food to be delicious. However, food is fuel. I just need to survive. I just need to survive, okay? All the eating is too much. It's too much. It's too much. I want to be right and tight and feel my greatest and look my greatest. So food is fuel is a requirement. Come on, getting healthy, looking good. That is very, very, very much top of mind. This is the Kiss I Envy glue, by the way. I'm trying to glue my lashes so I can put these babies on. Hello? So number 28, yes, work out and build muscle. I've recognized how God, there's a certain je ne sais quoi that I feel now that I'm a lot more fit. Of course, I want to lose more body fat and tone up more, so I'm still working on that. That has not come to an end. And I also recognize that once I get fit, there's work that I have to do to continue to maintain that. Because you've heard of people who get themselves fit and then fall off and whatever. I'm not trying to do that at all. This is totally a lifestyle for me. And it's just so important. I feel better. I look better in my clothing. And I love when someone points it out, like, girl, okay, shoulders, what's your shoulder routine? Okay, arms, what's your arm routine? It tickles my heart so much, because it shows me that my hard work is visible. And who doesn't want to see the fruit of their labor, of their hard work, of their dedication, of their discipline? Hello? Hard work, dedication, discipline. You can't buy that. You know what? I'm making that 29 right now, because that's also something that I have learned through trial and error that you cannot buy. It is unmatched. Not everyone has it. And if you have it, go full force with it. Hard work, dedication, and discipline. Do you know how sexy it is to see someone say, you know what, I'm not going to have that ice cream because I have goals? Excuse me? I'm not led by my emotions. I'm not led by the wind and the waves. I'm not led by what someone else is doing. I'm led by what my goals are personally, financially, spiritually, all kinds of ease. And that has nothing to do with anybody else. It's like when you're working out and somebody's like, oh, call me in the morning, we're gonna work out. I'm not going to call you. When I get up and work every single day and go work out, no one calls me. And that's just how I see things. I'm not gonna be dragging you to come and do stuff. Do you want to do this? Do you want to be here? If that's the case, then get up and do it. That's how I see things. That's how I see things. And if you go, I don't like that. That's the quickest way to turn me off. I gotta drag you to do stuff. Do you not want to look and feel better? Do you not want to be healthier? I have to drag you? That's not gonna work. Ain't nobody dragging me. Get up and get it done. You know what I'm saying? After you work out, you can holler at me for a little accountability. Sure. Oh, I just worked out. I did 30 minutes. I burned whatever. What did you do? Boom. Same and same. But the dragging, the forcing, no. Hard work, dedication, discipline. So important. And I think it's so sexy too. It's says a lot about a person, and I value that. Number 30 is isolation. I used to feel so isolated, okay? But now I'm not as isolated. It's really more selective. And that's a good thing, right? I don't need to be everywhere. I ain't gotta be with everybody. I don't have to be everyone's friend. And that's okay. You feel me? I mean, after all, I'm an introvert, so I really don't wanna be everywhere. Am I getting the thing right here? Because this is a lot of chit chat. You gotta make sure that this ain't gonna look crazy. I'm not trying to be everywhere, and that is quite all right. I like to be, you feel me, at the crib, in the cut, and you pop out every now and again. That's a good thing. Prayer is also huge for me. I mean, there are times where I'll still be like, I don't know what to say. And then I just get reminded that even the prayers of children God hears. How much more us adults? You feel what I'm saying? So I just say whatever is on my heart and ask God to reveal his will to me, ask him to lead me, to guide me. All of this is so important. I am nothing without Jesus. Absolutely nothing. When I gave my life to Christ, I can't remember the year. It was 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 6, 7 years ago. Life changed. Have there been hiccups? Have there been heartbreaks? Absolutely. But knowing that I can lean on God, you can't buy that. You can't buy that. Having a relationship with Christ is such a huge deal for me that at this age, there's just no way that I could be where I am and do what I get to do and just have the happiness and the stick-to-itiveness, the drive and the discipline that I have without having Christ. There's just no way. You feel what I'm saying? We're on 32, which is so crazy. And it's boundaries, having boundaries that might be offensive to other people and not really giving a damn. Yeah, I'm not. I told you before, and let's get a good reminder. I'm not a people pleaser. I am a what is best for me, and that is not a selfish thing. I care a lot about people, and they know that. That is evident. I'm trying to get this dust off here. That is evident, but it's not I care a lot about others to my detriment. Oh no, honey. Boundaries. Okay, you can't just be walking all over me. You can't just be doing whatever you want. You can't just be disrespectful. There are sometimes people will think that their behavior or their words is not disrespectful, but if I feel disrespected by it, then it is what? It is disrespectful. And then I will communicate that, okay? And then I will communicate that because boundaries are important. Not having boundaries and then later on going out to be resentful about something or about someone is unfair to that person. We need to have clear communication. And that's actually 33. Clear communication, okay? This works for me. This doesn't work for me. When this happens, I feel like this. When this doesn't happen, I feel like this. So that in whatever the relationship is, be it platonic or romantic, everyone understands how certain things are making somebody feel, like me, right? You understand how this makes me feel. This is a positive feeling for me. This gives me a negative feeling. And if you want me to feel positive about you, you should do more of the stuff that makes me feel positive about you. And if you don't care about how you make me feel, and I tell you that this behavior makes me feel negatively, then that is when I do what? Remove myself. It's very, very simple. And 34 is forgive the way you want to be forgiven. There are times where I've done something and I'm just saying from the bottom of my heart, I really did not mean for it to go so badly, for it to be so hurtful. Perhaps I said something when I was a lot younger, less self-aware, and then now it has come back up and I'm like, dang, I can't believe I said that. But I recognize the mindset that I was in at that time when I did say that, and now at my age, I recognize greatly how hurtful that is, right? So that actually happened in my life. And I remember telling my friend, girl, I seriously am very, very sorry, right? I was so blinded when I made that comment, and I'm so glad that you still stuck around. Do you feel what I'm saying? So forgive the way that I want to be forgiven. I have recognized that, because if someone really is showing remorse for whatever it was, right? When someone is being manipulative, I hope, right, with discernment, versus someone really is remorseful for whatever they've done to you. But in general, I've just learned to forgive the way that I would like to be forgiven. And you really have to build up to that, because some people don't have enough money in the bank, theoretically, for you to forgive them. So the relationship, again, be it platonic, I'm not looking for mascara, be it platonic or romantic, needs to have enough positivity to it in order for you to want to forgive, want to reconcile. We know that at this day and age, do we not? I hope that we do, because that plays a role. If there's been too much bickering, too much back and forth, too much resentment, too much heartache, whatever, then some relationships just are not salvageable. And I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. Ooh. Ooh, can you see? Yeah, we're gonna get these bottom lashes together, honey. 35 is do it afraid, girl. Do it afraid. I am going on a very spontaneous trip to Bangkok, stopping in Seoul, and then also going to Phuket. And I am so excited. I'm nervous about it, but I am very thrilled about it. I'm just in my era of do it afraid. The time is now. Live life and do it. Do the things. Let's go. And it just feels so good to do that. I'm just so serious. It feels so good to do that. And 36 is conquer your fears. There's so many things, like I mentioned the shorts earlier, that I've written down that I'm like, you know what? In this year, 39 going into 40, I'm gonna conquer that. I'm gonna do these things. I've got bucket list things that I wanna do. They need to get done, and they're gonna get done now because I deserve. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out, and that's it. This is gonna be what that is, you know? And 37 is share your love. It goes back to the other point I made about smile, because there's so many things to smile about. When I say share your love, what I mean is share your love with people that mean something to you. Because again, life is short. We don't know when our last day or someone else's last day is going to be. I used to have a lot of feelings about people, positive ones, that I just had not articulated because I was shy, or we had a relationship or have still a relationship, but we never really got that deep with each other. You feel what I'm saying? So these days, I'm like, no, let me say these things, okay? When we get off the phone and this is a friend, let me say, I love you. I wouldn't do it often, but I do it these days. You know, there are some people that are way more expressive with their feelings because perhaps that's how they grew up. That isn't how I grew up. But again, at this big age, I recognize the value of it. And I'm like, no, we gotta say these things. We gotta do these things. We have to share these things now. And number 38, take birthdays seriously. This is crazy. I know that there are some people that you've been doing this forever. I wasn't that person. Birthdays weren't something that I took seriously, but they are now. Hence, even why I'm doing this video. They are now. I'm turning 40 this year. This is crazy. I could not have ever imagined my life at 40, and I just love my life right now. I really, really do. I feel free. I feel happy. I can do a lot. I know who I am. I know what I will and will not accept. I know what my value is. I've got boundaries. I just, there's just so much I could say. Let's get a lip on. But taking birthday, let me get my lip, hang on. All right, we have this new lip from MAC. It's called Lip Glazer. The shade is, it's a glossy liner called Root for Me. Hold on, let's see. Oh, wait, why is this? Okay, let's just try it. Take birthdays seriously. My sister is the one who every year she was doing a birthday trip, she was doing a party, she was doing something, and that just never was my thing. But these days, yeah, my birthday is important to me. My birthday is serious. I'm grateful to be where I am. I'm alive. I have love in my heart. Jesus loves me. We're gonna celebrate my birthday. So 2 years ago, I got surgery because I deserve it, and I would not change it for a thing, okay? Last year, I went to Grand Cayman Islands, and this year for 40 is still to be written, but it is in the works, and I'm so excited about it. So taking birthdays seriously is so important. It's not about waiting on someone to do something for me, someone to celebrate me. I would always say how I would love to walk into a surprise birthday party, right? But that's not something that I want to tell someone. You should just know me enough to know that this is what I like. Well, you know what? Number 39 is getting in the driver's seat and doing what I want to do. So, like I said, 2 years ago, I decided I'm getting surgery. It wasn't that off the cuff. I had thought about it months in advance. Watch the playlist down below, you get the whole full story. So yeah, I decided I'm getting surgery. I'm doing this for myself. And then 1 year ago, I decided and planned to go to Grand Cayman Islands. And I also, this is a little bonus, I do a it's a dry. It's a dry. Let me pick that off. I also do a fragrance for my birthday to remember it by, okay? So that's a little bonus for 39, but I just take things into my own hands now. As much as I say, and I said it in another number, I forget which one it was, where I treat people how I want to be treated, the fact that I've had to recognize is that not everyone is going to do things the way that I do them. I would love it. I'm not saying I've accepted it. I have not. I understand, but I don't agree with it, okay? But the things that I can control, I'm just doing for myself. I'm just not gonna wait. I'm still gonna live my life and enjoy my life. Where's my lip product? Where is it? We're gonna do NARS. What is this? No, this is not it. Here it is. This is the Nude Sticks Intense Matte Lip and Cheek Pencil. The shade is sun-kissed. So I'm gonna take things into my own hands and do what I wanna do. So I plan my birthdays. I will invite 1 or 2 people, maybe a little more for 40th, and we're gonna just do what we're gonna do, okay? I'm no longer waiting for an invite. I'm doing, this is a little bonus too. This is a little 41 bonus, right? 39, 40, 41. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm going where I want to go. I might invite you, I might not. I'm just going to get up and do it, okay? I'm going to get up and do it. I'm going to get up and live my whole entire life. I'm no longer waiting for an invitation. I'm no longer waiting to be wanted, desired, added to the list. I'm just going to do. You feel what I'm saying? There's just so much, like I said, freedom and revelation that has come with, I'm trying to blow my lip, with getting to this point at 39, almost 40. That just feels good. And I'm not doing it with bitterness in my heart. I'm doing it with, again, that agency that I talked about before, where I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this with me. I'm doing this for me, and I'm going to do it. If you want to join, you're welcome. If you don't want to join, that's okay too. Life is to be lived. I'm tired of stunting my growth and being unhappy. Not that I've been unhappy right lately, but I'm saying in general, right? That's where all of this came from, that I'm like, no, I'm going to live, I'm going to do. And if you want to join, you're welcome. And if you don't, that is quite all right. I'm so excited to be turning 40 this year. Let me know, first of all, how old are you, girl? Because I'm curious. Number 2, make sure you subscribe. Follow me here. Follow me on TikTok, IG, LTK is linked down below. QR code is here if you want to scan. I'll link all products that I used. I hope that this video was edifying for you. Hopefully it was entertaining to you. It was a very long video. Hopefully you watched the whole entire thing. And we're going to see what 40 gonna do today. I am so grateful. I give God all the glory, all the honor, all the praise for how far I have come, what he has done for me inside and outside, what he has done and will continue to do in my life and in the life of my family. I'm just eternally grateful. 39 is not something to sneeze at. There are some people whose lives have been cut short for various reasons. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm grateful for you watching my content, supporting me, supporting my whole situation. It is not taken for granted at all. So thanks for watching this video. Oh my God, now it's getting a little sentimental at the end. I'm so grateful. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.